I'm back in the car, everyone. I spent some time with the new nurse. We spent quite a bit of time. They are not new to the school system. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna back out of this parking, and then I will catch you up on everything else, everyone. All right, everyone. Some of the things that I was doing while I was sitting in my car, I got this request from the health department contact asking for information about an immunization audit. All kind of people were copied in, including the nurse that no longer works there. And I'm like, hey, that person doesn't work there. I'll reach out to the principal. So I just finished calling over to the school and got a point of contact. We discussed obstacles to people getting immunizations and the challenges with disenfranchised people, black and brown people, in this case brown people, okay, not wanting interaction with the police, going to the health department and saying if they don't have any money, allegedly that they can't get their immunization. So I told this person to make up a list and address it to the point of contact. I mean, I know that nothing is for free, but these kids need to be in school. So anyway, all that happened, several emails, and the next thing is I'm moving away from the immunization audit topic. Okay, all right, thanks. I see a stop thing and I just want to be sure. All right, one of the nurses that applied to be a special education nurse applied to a job in another county, and it looks like they're going to be offered the position. So I'm going to provide them with a recommendation letter, with a reference, okay? So the reference is going to be calling me sometimes today, and that person will be getting a promotion. They had already applied to special education. I hope that my friend, the student with diabetes, is feeling better soon. I'm sorry that they were out. I'm sorry that they're not feeling well, but I have to say honestly, I think that it was divine intervention that this student didn't show up, because this allowed me to spend some extra time with this school nurse and not be thinking about traveling. I told both the nurses about what's going on with me getting the attorney and everything. So, you know, it's like Cold War. They already know that they can't do anything to me because I've gotten this attorney and I have protections. This place is very triggering. So I got some legal protections in place. I'm gonna put it that way. I'm gonna sit up here, I'm gonna eat these little graham crackers, these little crumbly graham crackers, and then I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I'm gonna come back and finish my planning. I'm about to finish walking the rest of the way to the co-working space. This is the mural that I've shown a couple times. I'm on my way to travel to this school to service a student with diabetes. This is where the principal took the CCT training. For anyone that this is their first time watching, CCT stands for Child Care Technicians. All right, I just got a call from one of the work aunties that's gonna have to leave work because something's going on with their husband. I'm servicing one student. I have the 1 o'clock meeting. So I went ahead and I spoke to the principal about, you know, I didn't tell them everything, but I told them enough to say, hey, look, I sent you that email saying for you, you know, to observe me, but I just want to let you know what's behind that. I'm like, I know as a principal, you're principaling, and the person laughed like, yes, I'm doing, what I can. I said that the reason I sent that is because I believe a picture is being painted as if I'm not doing my job. And I let the principal know what the word that this dark triad manager used as a subject bar for the meeting that's coming at 1. And she kind of stuck her lip out, and she's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, well, who is it? She's willing to figuratively go to bat for me. She's like, I'm willing to defend you on how you've been treating the staff here and treating the students here. She's like, I'm figuratively willing to go to figurative bat for you. I'm willing to figuratively rumble for you, because she said, you're defendable. You're doing a great job. So I'm like, thank you. I said, but I just wanted to let you know that when I spoke to the new secretary, when I brought up being a CCT, she looked like she was a deer in headlights, and she laughed. She's like, yeah, I'm just trying to let her get used to. And I said, I don't know if you remember in 2017 or 18, that one secretary that she pushed back to be a CCT, and when I brought it up after she was designated, she said she was going to go to basically the equivalent of compliance and internal affairs, and implied that she was being asked to practice without a nursing license, which was not true. And so the principal's like, well, notice she isn't here anymore. So I just told her thank you. So I've spoken and texted everybody. She was the last person that I, hadn't texted or spoken to about this, why I sent that email. So I sent it to everybody, but she's like, no, you're doing a great job, and you can't force people to do that role. She's like, I went and took the training, but there's only so much I could do. And basically that principal isn't able to be in there taking care of that child. So, I just let her know that I would continue to be here. All right, I'm going to have to remove that nurse's name. I'm going to have to make sure I remove that. So what I was saying is, I'm going to possibly go to where this new nurse is, park in that parking lot, and say, I'm about to go run in and spend some time with this new nurse. So yeah, I'm going to go run to the restroom, and then I'm going to go over to this school. I think I'm going to go to this school where this nurse is, because I think that that's a good idea, because I can just say, that way I'll be able to say that I visited her twice. And that'll actually be good, because she's a good person to end the day off with. Yep, it was an ambush meeting, everyone. I was talking, this nurse that I just finished visiting, she's like, God, that sounds like a dissertation. I haven't spoke to anyone else. This is a veteran nurse that went through something similar at another job. So she's like, just send it to your legal representation and don't talk to anyone else about it. And I already got a response from the representation. It's a holiday, so they told me to, contact them on Monday. They're saying I didn't go to a meeting. The reason I didn't go to the meeting was because I'm trying to stay in the area with the student with diabetes. Now, there's one thing that I will say I definitely dropped the ball. It's this one nurse at this school that did not get diabetes training. But I visited there at least 2 times, went over the students' routine, and gave them access to the diabetes training video. So I will admit that I dropped the ball about that, because there was some training and I just had a recollection that they had attended. Now there's a spreadsheet where it's all there, but I mean, I'm just focusing on today, okay? And then there were some other things about the new nurses. The one that got moved to the team, I figured that was a tactic. But the other 2 nurses, the one nurse that didn't go to the diabetes training, I have text messages. I'm going to screenshot all of those text messages. I have so many texts. You know what? I have the emails too from Google Voice. I mean, so many text messages and emails. So I think what I'm going to do is just copy and paste all of those for the attorney. I mean, I have multiple text messages where I'm checking in with the nurses. That's the part that this minion from the sunken place doesn't know about. And even the nurse that got reassigned to another group. Oh, I'm looking forward to working with you. Now, I didn't know what was going on with the special education nurse over there, that this nurse had been asked to not have hands-on with this student, and the regular education nurse was stepping in. And they wrote something about this nurse at this school. This nurse has been here since October the 20th, and I had no idea. What I think would have possibly made me know that this person was there was if I would have started visiting the schools where there's vacancies, which is what I would normally do. But since I was going to this one school every day, once I got over there, that I would stay in that area, and that's where I would do my paperwork and emails and calls and 504 meetings. And I was thinking that, you know, this would be temporary. The nurse is going to be hired at this school. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just do what I need to do in that area. So anyway, this person wrote up this long letter, and they're like, you can read it. So I just kind of looked at it, and I just said, okay. I think that they were wanting a response. So I just said, okay. Well, they're like, well, if you sign it or not sign it, well, this is how I'm going to proceed. So I just said, okay. And then I just hung up. It didn't even last the full 30 minutes. Guys, I mean, I have multiple audio diaries. Do I seem like a person that isn't concerned about the students? Of course not. I am a human being, and there is a human factor. Guys, so anyway, that wasn't pleasant, and so this lady that I'm just leaving, she's been through something with an attorney, and she's like, girl, don't talk to nobody. Just go ahead, you did the right thing. I said, well, what do you think about letters of support? She's like, child, don't do that because folks will turn on you too. You don't know who's a friend and who's an enemy. She's like, I went through that same thing. Just go on, you did the right thing. She's like, that happened to me. They demoted me. I just took it to an attorney. So anyway, yeah. But I'm trying to figure out why nobody reached out to me. There's even like campus security that we talked to one another. Nobody reached out to me. Strange thing. Okay. Still smiling. I'm going past a puddle and I needed to focus. So I'm just doing the best I can. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to edit this video because I'm going to need to keep this. I know my eyes look a little bit like tired or like I'm doing my best to smile. You know, force myself like. I'm thankful. I'm going to go ahead and edit this video, and there's really not much I could do. Wow, these last 2 Fridays have not really been that great. Next week is going to be the week before Thanksgiving. Pretty much after this ambush meeting, and I think what it is I'm going to be having like an evaluation update. So this will end up being part of the, it's an evaluation. So it'll definitely be on there, and it's a way to kind of mark me down on communication, you know, completion of work, everything like that. But what I'm going to do is there's a lot of things that have happened that I'm going to share with my attorney. I just decided in that ambush meeting to say, okay, fine. I wasn't going to share all the things I know and give this someone else, something else to weaponize. So I think that I'm going to contact, I'm going to contact the attorney between the hours they say. And yeah, I'll just take it from there. I think when things like this happen, it's just important for me to know that I do a great job and to receive the compliments from the people, because I'm not really a big person on, taking in compliments. I think someone told me, this coach said, you need to really internalize and receive the compliments that you get from people about your work being great. I've had, spoken to this one nurse today. Yesterday, a couple nurses saying that how much they appreciate me. I did have this conversation with this one nurse that is like, each time, I'll put it this way, you could ask them a question and probably in another 12 months, they're going to ask the same question. They're very cautious. And then they reference that they call it the Georgia Board of Nursing. And I just said, okay, I said, look, I can come over there. If I get asked to do training, I will come over there. And this is what I'm going to use. But they're saying that it's not enough, because the special education nurses do really more detailed training because of the clientele they have. But anywho, I said, yeah, I'll come over there, but this is going to be the main video and I'll do a little bit of other stuff too. But a picture's been painted that I'm not doing what I need to do. And I can't really say that I'm surprised, because this dark triad person has been incredibly quiet. Really quiet. I don't know why I thought that, but I was already prepared. And I think part of it is they like to have meetings like this on Friday. That way, and then they're very upbeat when they have these meetings. This Machiavellian divide and conquer. Excuse me if I'm saying the wrong words, but they are really good at this stuff. And this is one thing I said when I had this hearing meeting about this person. I'm like, impartial person. HR is not your friend. That's another tip. Don't be fooled by them. They are incredibly good. And the person that they carbon copied to, word on the street is they're acquainted with each other. I was told by someone they have common organizations they're associated with. So that's why I just simply said, okay. And they're like, well, you can sign it or you can not sign it, but this is how I'm going to proceed. And I'm just thinking, okay. They're like, you could read it if you want to talk. And I just read through everything. And I just said, okay. Because they probably would, if I would have said anything, put that in the email and make it another performance thing. And my approach is just to take the thing, I'll look at it, and everybody that's listed on there, I'll just go pay them a visit. I'll go check the AED. I'll go and, intentionally go by there and stop by the schools, and check the AED and just do a quick hello. But yeah. And this one principal had a problem that you should have given more of an explanation and said that we don't have a nurse. The health department doesn't care if the school doesn't have a nurse. The reason I know this is because I used to be a public health nurse. We aren't trying to hear anything about that. If the kids are in school, they need to have immunizations. And nobody's trying to hear anything about there not being a school nurse. If that was an issue, there are so many schools that don't have a school nurse, or like a clinic assistant or anyone to do that kind of school clinic stuff. It's not an excuse. And I wasn't going to defend her or offer any explanation to the health department on her behalf. She's a big girl. Figurative big girl, okay? So anyway, let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and edit this video.